Ah, looky here. Boom. Oh, let me go ahead and give him a drink. What go on? How you doing? Yeah. Told you they couldn't get rid of me, fam. Now, we're gonna go ahead and let it fill on up for a second, you know? I gotta let people know this is still me. You know what I'm saying? I only have 2 accounts. And they can stop one for like, a month? I can't go live on Kishore Teachers until October 4th, I believe. That ain't shit. It's better than how they had me on here. I couldn't go live in here for 2 years. Yeah, alright though. Now, tonight we're gonna go right back off to where we started. I believe last time I was live, I was talking about the spirit is rising, y'all. Joe fine ass walking around looking all pretty and shit. You was gonna come in here singing? Sing me a song. No. Okay. I want you to pay attention to how hot it's been. Worldwide. Okay? What I do with my goddamn lighter? I want you to pay attention to the heat wave of India. I want you to pay attention to the heat wave of Las Vegas and New York this summer. Think about last year and the year before that. You notice how it's progressively getting hotter? Just like we're progressively raising our vibrations. Here you go, baby. Now, as we raise our vibrations, you have to remember, anytime you have energy vibrating at a high level frequency, you're going to produce heat. You can take it to the 4 states as a matter. You got a solid, a liquid, a gas, and plasma. Solids vibrate, but they vibrate at a very slow rate, right? For example, ice. Ice is cold because the particles of the ice cell are in a fixed structure. They're in a fixed nature, and they're vibrating in an inertia. There's no energy and movement. They're just kind of stuck together, vibrating, right? The next phase from a solid would be a liquid. Then you're going to have where you see these particles, they're vibrating a little bit faster. They're a little more loose. They're not as close together as they are in the solid state of matter. Whereas you have them in the gas. Once you have a gas produced, the motherfucking particles and waves are so fast and vibrating, they're ricocheting off of each other, right? They're moving at such a fast rate, you can barely see gases with the naked eye. That doesn't mean they're not around. They're still around, you just can't fucking see them. So, after that, you have the 4th state of matter. Pure concentrated energy. And it vibrates at such a high speed. This is lightning. Lightning, for example, is pure concentrated plasma energy. And when lightning strikes, it can destroy a whole fucking area. Because of the concentration of the energy, the concentration of the plasma. That's because the particles are vibrating faster than they are at a gas. However, it's so strong, it's so fast, it emits a color, it emits a light. That energetic electromagnetic light wave that you see, thunder in the sky, is actually photon light and particles vibrating at an extremely fast rate, producing what? When lightning strikes, there's fire, right or wrong, producing heat. That's because whenever you see cold, it's slow. It's an inertia. It's slow movement. When you have kinetic energy, the kinetic energy is moving. It's vibrating faster, right? Y'all ever been in a plane before, G? When you're in a plane, the higher up you go, notice the temperature drop. So if we're getting higher up in the sky and they say heat rises, why does it get colder the higher up in elevation we get? Shouldn't it get hotter? Now I want y'all to think about something else. If space, right, has all these fucking planets and all these fucking suns, why is it so cold? Or allegedly so cold? Wouldn't it be fucking hot? If the sun is extremely hot and we're the third or the fifth rock away from the sun, so we're extremely close to the so-called sun of our solar system, don't you think it would be a lot hotter? Now, as above, so below, right? Y'all ever heard of the Earth's core or the Earth's magma? You ever heard of the flat Earth theory and the hollow Earth theory and how we actually have a core that's hot? Oh, I'm gonna touch on the wind in a second, player. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Now think about this. The deeper you get in the ocean, you should be getting closer to the core of the Earth. So why does it get colder the deeper you get? If the Earth's core is supposed to be fucking hot as shit, right? So you got the Earth's core actually turning on this year. I want you to think about how fast time's been going by. I mean, y'all pay attention. We already in fucking September. Is it just me, or don't y'all feel like we should still be in July? But we're in September right now. And we're in September because, you see, the Earth's core actually turned on. The Earth's core is the Kundalini of Gaia, daughter Earth, sister Earth, okay? Mama Universe, daughter Earth. We live on Gaia. Science has already proved Gaia has a heartbeat, so it's an organic living thing, right? So all of a sudden in 2023, 2024, the Earth's core starts heating up. They don't want to tell you it's the Earth's core heating up. They tell you it's global warming. But I just explained, anytime you have a mass amount of energy being produced, you're going to have heat being generated. In the age of Aquarius, in the age of enlightenment, in the year of the dragon, it's a lot of heat waves, right? Now fast forward to August. This was phase 3. Phase 3 is get the masses in a panic. Keep them distracted. Pacify them. Phase 3 has enacted in August. Okay? Now pay attention to the water. All August and September. Because we just moved out of monsoon season. And I genuinely feel like a hurricane is coming. And this motherfucker ain't gonna be nothing nice. And the wind. Now, for a second, was it windy this summer? What about last summer? Where does the wind come from? You ever notice you just be outside, chilling, smoking a blunt, smoking a joint, something, kicking the shit with the homies, and all of a sudden, y'all start having a very interesting conversation. Now pole switch. Yes, that's right. That's fucking right. Wind in itself is a physical manifestation of energy, or the ancestors' energy, to be particular. Because you could be chilling Totally fucking fine. Start talking about something spiritual and watch the wind come. Start talking about something deep and watch the wind come. Start thinking a little bit too critically and watch the wind come. The more you get in tune with your energy outside, watch that breeze flow in. It's a direct manifestation of your energy or the spirit energy around you. It's a direct manifestation of your quantum field. They refer to the wind as a god named Shu. It's an energy and an essence. Now as this pole flipped, this pole switched, we're in a new paradigm. We're coming into the age of information, right? Time speeding up. The days are going by faster now. As the days are going by faster and time is speeding up, ocean levels are rising and the ocean's getting hotter. The weather environment's getting hotter. The waters are more turbulent. You see just how the sun has changed, the moon has changed too. The moon has went through a plethora of phases and alignments and retrogrades in just 3 years. That shit's not normal, fam. So you got the sun and the moon out of whack, which makes nature out of whack, because this is a physical illusion. We were never supposed to be living like this. We're actually not moving into an apocalypse. We're moving into an age of peace and enlightenment. Once again, we're moving into an age of peace and enlightenment. But in order to get to the age, the true golden age, this illusion that we've built for ourselves has to fall. As our spirits rise, as our kundalini rises, and our energy rises, so does the planets. So is nature. You notice how the sunflowers are operating off of the moon phases now instead of the sun? Think about that. The sun east, the moon west. Sun and the moon been wherever the fuck they want to be. Sunflowers typically follow the sun. Why have sunflowers been following the moon unless something in nature also switched? Why are bees not hibernating? Why do you hear the birds outside at nighttime? Unless something also flipped. You know, I remember when it became fall, the birds used to fly from north to south in the winter. That hasn't happened in 3 fucking years, dude. In fact, you can walk right past the bird and pick that nigga up. When I was a little nigga, I was a little head coming up, you couldn't even get close to a bird, fam. Motherfucker would sense you before you 3 feet get too close. Gone. But we're in a time now where nothing is separate anymore. The spirit world and the physical world have merged. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but there's a lot of crazy shit going on. A lot of crazy shit going on. It's to the point to where I ain't trying to sound crazy or nothing, but it's generally to the point right now to where you get better news from Instagram and TikTok than the fucking TV. Birds are connected to the magnetic field. That's why you notice you don't be hearing or seeing too much birds in the daytime. And if you do, they're special birds. Spiritual totems. Right? Hummingbirds, blue jays, yellow jays, sparrows. They're spiritual totem birds that you see in the daytime now. Even if it's a pigeon, it's not a regular fucking pigeon. But at night, nigga, if I open the window right now, go in my garden and start watering my fucking plants, I'm gonna hear some birds, nigga. I'm gonna see some butterflies. And the sun is down. Gotta understand, we're moving into a whole new different age of living. What's up, Aaliyah? How the fuck you doing, man? I heard you been drinking with my brother, man. Now, think about that for a second, family. We're literally... Alright, we're in civil war in India. We're in civil war in Australia. We're civil war in fucking the UK and Britain. And we have civil unrest right now in Europe. And people in America can barely afford groceries. If you ain't got hustle, if you ain't working off of your muscle, nigga, it's hard for folks out here. What's up, nigga? We're getting fucked from all sides, okay? So, hey, it's okay here, cause it's okay here. What's up, nigga? Think about it. Really, really dive deep and think about what's going on with the surroundings around us right now. They're trying to make men against women. They're trying to make women against men. They're trying to turn light-skinned people against dark-skinned people. They're trying to turn fucking indigenous people against non-melanated or melanin deficient people. Whenever in our reality, unity is our only way out of this motherfucker right now. Listen, we outnumber the people and the powers that be 100 to 1. Not 10 to 1, 100 to 1. We outnumber them. So we just gotta get smart. You gotta get a little more strategic, okay? The time for debates is done. That shit is cooked, okay? You understand the law of polarity? Debates are fucking cooked at this point. It's not about who's right or who's wrong. We're all right in our own way. If you understand the definition of a universal law or universal truth may show up to many people in different forms, but it will ultimately produce the same result. Universal truth to me might show up a certain way, and it might show up to you a certain way, but the laws according to that universal truth still play out the same way for me and you. Regardless of our background, regardless of our status, regardless of our skin color, regardless of our religious beliefs. This is real shit. They try to divide us, and they use the love we have for our people against us. They use our fucking love against us with things like racism, classism, sexism, fucking fascism, communism, democracy, fucking... I can't talk about the stuff I want to talk about because Kashil teachers got striked for keeping it too real. But think about it. Where the fuck is Andrew Tate now? All that shit. Where's Kevin Samuels now? Pay attention to the people who are spreading division. You see, you got a lot of people saying, I'm a light worker, I'm a dark worker, that's good, that's evil, I'm in the occult, this is Nuwapu, Ashe, this is Hotep, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Meanwhile, we're all saying the same things with a different name. We're all coming to the same fucking conclusions with a different name. But since motherfuckers don't say it how you want to, or don't dress how you like them to dress, we can't get along. So while we're fighting amongst each other, they're picking us off, using the love we have for each other against each other. And we're arguing over what bitch got more bodies. Meanwhile, there's over 100 million Americans that can barely keep food in their refrigerator on a consistent basis. Think about those numbers for a second, bro. There's a lot more people struggling than you think out here. Motherfuckers is acting online, okay? There's a lot of people who really, really, really are fucking struggling right now. And on top of that, the mental health is on a rapid decline since 2021. I mean, the shit has declined terribly. It's fucking scary, man. So, pay attention to them weirdo motherfuckers. The motherfuckers that be acting all cool and then want to hate on you and shit. Because you have to understand what comes with being a multi-dimensional being and the time that we're in right now. If you didn't do shadow work, if you didn't try to heal, if you're not consistently healing and confronting your trauma, if you're not confronting your negative ways, let me understand something to you right now. Everybody has a fucking shadow. Everyone has an ugly side. Everybody has a fucking dark ass, ugly side of them that is a piece of shit that they hide from everybody because they don't want the public to know. That's the shadow. You need to confront that shit in order to get through what's going through. You're not being judged by your actions. You're not being judged by your fucking words. We're all in a judgment right now, and it's not a biblical judgment. We're in a judgment based off of our shadow work, and depending on who's working on healing, at least putting their fucking foot forward, you're gonna be okay. But for those who think that this shit is a game, pay attention to how many people died just in 2024. You think that's a coincidence, my nigga? How many motherfuckers you know that died just this year? Now, how many celebrities you know died just this year? How many celebrities you know got exposed for being a dirty, nasty motherfucker just this year alone? I'm not even gonna get into 2020 because that's a lot of motherfucking shit to cover from there to now. Especially when you're thinking about the chemical spills, the train derailments, you're thinking about all the assassinations of the fucking crypto tycoons, the motherfucking man who came up with Cash App in the first place. It's a lot of shit. But guess what? It's gonna be okay. You know how I know it's gonna be okay? Because we're coming into knowledge in the age of Aquarius, raising our vibration, generating a mass amount of energy. As we're generating this mass amount of energy, the earth is also producing a mass amount of energy, generating heat, fluctuating the water waves inside of us and outside of us. Now pay attention to how aggressive people have been, how impatient people have been, how depressed people have been, especially if they ain't been eating right. Like right now, I'm drinking water infused with motherfucking cucumbers and mint, and the shit is delicious. 10 years ago, motherfucker, hell nah. I never thought in a million years I'd be drinking this shit. Trying to hand me that shit 10 years ago. No. I'm good. I'll stick to my Sprite, my Dr. Pepper. I was like that. But they're not playing fair, man. You see, I'm not the type of motherfucker to tell you what to eat. Because what you eat ain't gonna make me shit. Straight up. What I eat ain't gonna make you shit either. Straight up. So, like I said, we all got shit we can offer to the table. We're all right. We're all saying the same thing in a different way. All I'm saying is, get out, work out, get your body strong. If you want to eat vegetables and go vegan, fuck it. You want to still eat meat? Fuck it. Pray over it. Use herbs with it. Cook it with herbs. If you can, just try to go a couple days without it. Eat a fucking salad. Eat some fruit if you can. If you can't, listen, I'm not gonna fucking strike that shit against you, man. I'm not finna tell you what to eat and how not to eat. All I'm saying is these motherfuckers ain't playing fair no more. They don't change the ingredients, man. The mac and cheese don't even taste the same no more, family. Motherfucking, I ain't never in my life drank a whole ass cup of Hawaiian Punch and was still thirsty. That is the driest motherfucking drink ever. What happened to Hawaiian Punch? Nigga, I grew up on Hawaiian Punch and Sunkist. Nothing is the same. So not only is it already bullshit that lowers your vibration, but it's added chemicals to it, added nanotechnologies, nanobites, and the only thing that you can use to control those things and detox your body is from nature. Nature has a cure and a remedy for everything. I won't tell you what you can't do, but I will mention what we should probably stop doing. We need to stop pocket checking each other. Money is a fucking illusion. Exactly. Water don't even taste the same, fam. So it's like, think about it. You got chemtrails in the sky. They spraying shit on the crops we eat. They injecting the motherfucking meat we eat. The water's fucked up and contaminated. The fucking soap we use fuck up the body. The goddamn, like, we're getting fucked from every side. So when I tell you the mind is all and the universe is mental, stop paying attention to that shit. Stop paying attention to that shit. There are certain people set in line that are agents. Okay? And they push a certain narrative because they know if a collective amount of people start to think the same way in unison, their minds will make it real. It's called predictive programming. They do it all the fucking time. People are like, oh, he knew he was gonna die. No, he was chosen to be sacrificed, so they sent the agenda, and now you think he fucking predicted his death. No, he did not predict his death. This shit was already written and scripted. He was just a matter of playing the role. This is how these things work. This is how this shit is set up. Everybody is playing a character or a role. And most people are going to do very well for a long time. And some people are going to get killed off the show. That's just how it works, bro. But let me tell you something. A lot of these motherfuckers really ain't dead. A lot of these motherfuckers really kicking it somewhere underground in a nice little penthouse away from the sun. And that's just the fucking truth. I'm not here to pull your leg. I'm not here to fucking man, I know some people. I done been around some shit. Trust me. There is some things out there that I'm trying to bring to your attention because motherfuckers are still fighting over each other. Fighting over who got the baddest bitch, who got the most money, who got the flyest car, who got the biggest house. When all of y'all was broke. Bro, I go to Walmart and it's fucking crazy, my nigga. If I go to Walmart, if I go to Whole Foods, if I go to the mall, it's like a human zoo exhibit. Everybody trying to I'm first in motherfucking line. Trying to cut people off in their cars and shit. Old women dressing like young women. Young women dressing like old women. What the fuck's going on? It's weird, man. This shit is fucking weird. It's goofy and I don't want no parts of this shit. I've been listening to these new rappers and hip-hop lately. And if y'all don't see the agenda, I don't know what it will take for you to see the agenda. There's a lot of fuckery going on. And unfortunately, they make us blindly participate for the love that we have with our people. It's culture. Oh, this is our people. You don't understand. But Aikido, none of that shit's our culture. All that shit's been indoctrinated into us specifically to destroy the black and brown communities. Hip-hop as we know it is a fucking CIA government agent project. All them niggas is agents. Are fucking booty bandits. You think P. Diddy's the only one? You think R. Kelly's the only one? Yo. It's fucking all of them, bro. Let me tell you a little something. I'm actually a good rapper, okay? And I'm a fantastic writer. I've been around some people. All them niggas is gay, bro. So they might not know what they're getting into now. They might think it's all for the bitches and for the hype. But once you start meeting certain individuals, they start putting you on to that occult knowledge and shit, you know, making you feel real smart and special. Start buttering you up. That's when they're gonna hit you with that shit, man. And then by then, it's too late. Now they already got dirt on you. So if you say no, they can make it seem like you're a drug addict or a fucking alcoholic, or maybe one of them groupies you was talking to was actually a teenage girl that just looked like a grown woman that was actually planted there specifically to fucking blackmail you. Like they actually do this shit intentionally, on purpose. I'm more into old school rap and hip hop, Andre 3 Stacks, Flatbush Zombies. Oh yeah, exactly. But even them niggas, they really listen to their lyrics. They're trying to warn us. Flatbush Zombies, I have ascended. I'm trying to be better than God. What the fuck am I saying? I ain't even entered my prime, taking over the world. I'ma do it one day at a time, cause time is an illusion. I think that I'm losing my mind. I have ascended. Think about it. Really listen to their fucking lyrics. They're warning us. Mental trillness, I'm suffering from realness. Think about it. You really think Lil Wayne's fucking bragging? Or is he trying to warn you? You think where's Wu-Tang at now? Once they realized how shit was. You don't see Method Man unless Method Man wants to be seen. That nigga don't be in movies unless he likes the movie. Unless he knows the director. Unless he knows the actors. Them niggas ain't trying to be seen, bro. All we do is light it up all night, strange clouds. Why you think you won't see Bill B no more? He was trying to fucking warn you. All these bands upside my lungs, I'm smoking ganja like a Kushite. What was Lil Wayne's breakout song when I was in the 7th grade? I am not a human being. Get the fuck out of here. They've been playing in our face the whole time. What the fuck? How did Tyler the Creator get famous? I'm a fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not a threesome with a fucking triceratops. Reptar. Mopping like I'm robbing dead rock stars. Wearing synthetic wings made of N-words, dreadlocks, bedrock. Harder than a motherfucking Flintstone. Making crack rocks out of pussy nigga fishbone. Making crack rocks out of people? And then the nigga ate a roach. Lil Wayne calls himself the great Tunchi. Right? Tunchi. Music spirit. What up? I'm so based. How's it going? What about Thugga Thugga? Yeah. Got me a chicken when brazy. Swear to got me a chicken when brazy. All these little niggas so crazy they don't want no treatment. They let some babies. Homicide. Pull up to the block and kill your old lady. I'm traumatized. This right here, shake it, get in the way. Bro, let me control. Bro gave me control. Blood let me control him. Yeah, control him. Brother, let me control him. What did Rich Homie Quan say on Mamacita? I still pray to Satan so you know I'm getting cradled. I still pray to Satan so you know I'm getting cradled. He's rocked to sleep. They've been telling you, nigga. They tell on they self. Literally, like they've been trying to warn us this whole fucking time. Like, don't get involved with this shit. Don't get involved with this shit here. This ain't what you want. I hear them niggas come for me, but this ain't what you want. You think Lil Durk was just talking about beef? Nah. Look what they did to Kanye. First time Kanye got out of line, they killed his mom. He was a good boy for a minute after that. Second time Kanye got out of line, they killed him. Projected his consciousness in the fucking homunculus. And it still couldn't lock his spirit. Made him disappear. And E40's another one. Ooh. Tell me when to go. 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 Ooh. Go. Y'all think that shit is human? Bruh, ain't no fucking way, bro. Just watch Men in Black 2 with the fucking the mailman scene when they go in the post office. E40's not normal, bro. That is not a normal person. I don't give a fuck. That is not a regular person. That is, you can't just, man, I fuck with E40. But that nigga is not human. That's why they don't fuck with him. He's another one. E40 only pops up when he wants to be seen. Y'all don't be seeing E40 like that. You don't be seeing E40 on the red carpet. You don't be seeing that nigga in the club. When the last time you seen E40? When the last time y'all seen Tech 9? Strange music. Notice the SM are the secret vowels that occultists use. A-E-I-O-U-S-M. And he uses the SM to make a fucking serpent. Or the bird dragon. That I decoded on lesson, I think it was lesson 3. Uncle Shill teaches. Think about it. These motherfuckers ain't regular people. Fucking Biz Markie. Bro, Biz Markie was not fucking human. I don't care what nobody, nigga. Biz Marquie's not human. Michael Jordan's not human. Like, who the fuck? Let's literally, because my brother plays basketball. Let's think about this for a second. As a professional athlete, the night your father is murdered, who the fuck, one man, can drop 100 points by himself? A human? Get the fuck out of here. He's not a human. That nigga, Michael Jordan hasn't aged, bro. The only thing that changed about Michael Jordan is his cheeks got, niggas. That's it. That's the same nigga. Same shit with Michael Jackson. Y'all thought that was normal? Name me one fucking little toddler that can, name me a toddler that has that much focus. They can do a whole dance routine and sing a song and be famous. Name me one fucking toddler with that much focus, nigga. Name me one toddler that can sit down that long and memorize a goddamn dance routine and a motherfucking song, and let alone perform that shit in front of millions of people and grow up that way with his siblings. That's not normal. We've all been around fucking toddlers. We've all been around little 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, bro. Think about that. That's the point I'm getting at. So all this human shit, all this human responsibility, it's not conducive to our spiritual enlightenment. They're trying to keep us scared. They're trying to keep us in control with human thoughts, human tactics, human food, human entertainment, human desires of the flesh. We're not human. We've been watching motherfuckers be not human in front of our goddamn face our whole life. Our reality has never been normal. The only thing is now we got smartphones and we can pay attention to the shit. Nothing about this whole construct has ever been normal. Nothing. You mean to tell me that these women who got them collagen lips and them big ass titties and that BBL don't look like them same succubus tattoos we saw in the tattoo shops when we was little? Bitch look like succubuses. They look like fucking monsters. They look like a fucking monster. I don't care what nobody said. That shit is not sexy. No. Hell nah. Like a fucking monster. Like you can't even walk right. Now all your weight is hell no. No. We're not gonna do that shit. And no, I'm sorry. So we got all this goofy shit going on that's not conducive to us, like more money, more this, get to the bag, and all this materialistic shit that is very great if you want to be a better human. But I thought we were here to have a human experience, not be human. Even Even the gang stalkers, even the doppelgangers, even the motherfucking, the fancy snitches. I mean whistleblowers. The fancy snitches. And all a whistleblower is a fancy snitch. That's all they do. What the fuck is a whistleblower? A snitch. A motherfucking snitch. Why you gonna trust a snitch? Because they called him a whistleblower? I'm gonna tell. That's what I think when I think of the fucking term whistleblower. I'm telling. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna get an adult. I need an adult. That's what I think when I hear the term whistleblower. A fucking snitch. So we just gonna take information from snitches? We ain't doing that either. I don't give a fuck what skin color you have. You was working with the feds. You're a fucking informant. I'm just saying. So all these niggas who saying, oh, I was doing this, I was teaching this for 25 years, and I was doing this for 35 years, and you're still broke. You haven't done anything for anybody who looks like me, but you've managed to sell products to people that haven't really helped them, because no one's flying around with superpowers yet. No. So I don't want to hear none of that shit until I see somebody walking around being a fucking king, acting like a king, doing kingly shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit until I see a fucking queen or a goddess walking around doing some goddess queenly shit, acting like a motherfucking queen or a goddess. I don't want to hear none of that shit until I actually see somebody demonstrate. Ashe, stop saying that shit to me. Stop calling me a fucking king. Stop calling me a prince. Because, nigga, listen, I'm broke. I'm a smart nigga who's doing certain things to gather certain resources and understand that I have particular skills and utilize my skill set. But my name is Kashil Devon Range. Okay? That's who I am. That's who I'm going to be. Yes, I have reincarnations. Yes, I have incarnated past lives. Yes, I have higher aspects and lower aspects connected to gods and goddesses. But that is not me. My soul is all of those things. Your soul is all of those things. You're here to wake that motherfucker up. It's sleep right now. Because if we woke it up, if everybody's third eye was open how they said it was, we wouldn't need these phones. So we got to stop the fucking cap and really get to work as a collective. Put this shit down. Stop playing with people. And listen, you want to get some money? We can get some money. We can really be out here helping people, growing gardens locally in your community. You ain't got to wait for nobody. Ain't nobody going to save you anyway. So what you waiting for a team for? Ain't no one going to fucking save us. Has anyone came to save us yet? And don't hit me with no shit all because they all got assassinated. No. It's because at the end of the day, niggas is gonna be niggas. And if you wait for a nigga to do something, you'll be waiting until you're dead. That's the bottom line. So I don't seen it. How many master teachers have we had? Where are we still as a people? God can't save you. Jesus can't save you. Your master teacher can't save you. I can't save you. But you can save you. And when you save you and I save me, we can come together and help each other and build a community. Because I and I will succeed. But I versus I will bleed eternally, forever. And the cycle will continue. It's I and I, not I versus I. Me, you, us, and we. We are a fucking reflection of each other. Whenever you around somebody and they doing some shit that you don't like, It's not that they have a low vibration or that they're an NPC. Maybe, just maybe, you refuse to confront your shadow. So, the ancestors, the elders, and the spirits decide to comprise a situation with a person, place, or thing that acts just like you do to show you your behavior. So you can change your fucking behavior instead of still do the same thing. Because by definition, doing the same thing, expecting a different result, is insanity. If you don't believe me, look it up. And we do have a rapid decline in mental health. I see all these motherfuckers selling you Kool-Aid, just like Jim Jones, and you drinking it. If we'd have chosen, what are we chosen to do? What were we chosen for? To build back a new Kemet? Because we already did that. To return Samaria? Because we already did that. To overthrow Rome? Because we already did that. So what's the end goal for me? What are we really here to do? Because I feel like we're here to drop the boundaries and stop the bullshit and come together as a collective. I'm not saying we gotta sit around a goddamn campfire and hold each other's hands and sing Kumbaya. But there's strength in numbers. That's genuinely what I believe. And we've been segregated by class and race and sex since I've been little. We've been in a goddamn recession since I've been a little kid. I've had to deal with racism my whole life. So all I'm saying is if motherfuckers was about what they was about, how they say they're about it, something would be different. Because on an individual level, the ones who are doing the work, we're all on the same page. We're all doing the same things, experiencing the same stuff individually. Astral traveling, lucid dreaming, astral projecting, meditating for hours, doing breath work, learning how to manipulate frequency and matter and control the wind and influence weather and make the sun pulsate and make the stars twinkle. We're actually able to tap into some very incredible things when we put our minds to it. Because the mind is spirit, and spirit is dark matter. Dark matter is dark energy, pure concentrated melanin, carbon-12 that makes up everything. Not the brain. The brain is a physical thing contained in the skull, which is also physical. But the mind is something entirely different. Right now I see a lot of double-mindedness and self-doubt, self-projection onto others. When he without sin shall cast the first stone. You know? Exactly. So instead of judging motherfuckers for how they eat or whatever, let's just teach them. Let's just sharpen their blade. Let iron sharpen iron. Lead them to the water, man. Teach them how to fish. You teach a man how to fish, you'll feed him for life. We out here just leaving motherfuckers to starve because they don't think like us or we don't agree with their actions. Okay? Okay? We all are individuals. And we all have our own individual purpose, an individual truth with our own individual relationship with our Supreme Creator. If I'm not mistaken, none of us are the same. None of us are the same. Exactly. We must travel the stars as the Mayans did. It's almost getting time to that. We got to keep doing what we're doing. I know y'all getting downloads. How to build certain things, certain materials you might need. You don't know why. You're just working towards it and doing it, right? Remember, spirit is rising. We entered the spectrum. Now that we've entered the spectrum, we're experiencing expansion. The worlds are merging. You see, there are two worlds. The world we see and the world we don't see. For every house, there is two houses. For every person, there is a physical and there is a shadow, or an etheric double. Okay? Those two worlds have merged, and they're becoming one. This is why it's very easy to manifest certain things with a particular emotion right now. This is why you could have a strong thought or want to taste something, want to hear something, want to watch something, and now it's happening. Because think of it like the never-ending story when Sebastian and Atreyu were in Fantasia. And they had to save Fantasia from the nothing. And the nothing was coming because people stopped knowing. There was doubt. There was no more belief. There was no more knowing who we were. We forgot. We fell in consciousness. And due to that, the world, the realm of the elders, the ancestors, the magical beings was disappearing. And it took a little boy to understand that he was Atreyu and that he was the great warrior they were searching for to solve the problem. You see, the thing you're searching for is you. The majority of the time, the experiences you're experiencing is you. The ancestors dwell within you and outside of you. The Most High gave you this light because our Supreme Creator does not interfere. It does not interfere. That's why we have free will. Because we have an illusion called choice. You see, we know what we're here supposed to do. We just get distracted with trials and tribulations, and we use the excuse of life to not do what we know we're supposed to do. That's the illusion of choice. We think we have options, when in reality, we don't. There's only one thing we're supposed to do, and most of us ignore it our whole life until we come into a spiritual awakening. Once we come into the spiritual awakening, you get towards it. The more you don't get towards it, shit starts to fuck up in your life. Things start not to go right in your life. Because you know what you're supposed to do. It's not about how. It's not about what you need, what you don't have. Just do it. It will provide. It will be provided. I don't know how, but trust me, it will come. It always does. That's how I know that there's something divine out there. Watching. Not orchestrating and pulling strings. The God that the majority of people play to and pray to and worship is evil. It's not your friend. We don't come from that God. At all. If we came from that God, why did they beat us and take away our indigenous religions and traditions, cut our tongues out, torture us, and give us one day off so we can get indoctrinated with their religion? Why go through such lengths to do something? Because repetition and trauma program the mind. It's called brainwashing. They knew what they were doing to us. That's why to this day you can't tell your grandmama shit about her Jesus. The God that most people worship is not good. It's actually an evil deity. A very negative deity. Your prayers work because you come from the heart. You come from the spirit. And you're connected to the true primordial source. Not the earth god of this realm and the archons. You have to remember, the majority of people here are archon food. Think of them like a chicken on the farm. You see, the chicken doesn't know he's food. Chicken just living his life. all happy, laying eggs. And then a giant comes and cuts his head off and skins him and defeathers him and makes him meat. The end. Your Archon food. How do Archons eat? Archons eat with a strong emotional response. Whenever you're driving and you're having a good day and a motherfucker gets in front of you and decides to drive slow as fuck for no goddamn reason out of the blue, yeah. Archons are hungry. Whenever you don't want to be bothered and you're at work and all of a sudden it just gets fucking busy as shit and the whole aisle you're through there's a whole bunch of fucking people when just 3 seconds ago none of these people were there. Yeah. Because you sent out a signal and the Archons are hungry. They want to eat. And there's no other precious energy source on the planet than ours. Get a brand new pair of shoes, motherfucker step on them. Now your whole quantum energy field done lowered. And you ready to shoot this nigga. Archon food. Having a great day. Come home. Your house is a fucking mess. Kids running around, making noise and shit. Your back hurt. Boss bitching at you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Archon food. Not really. Man, these motherfuckers ain't really... They really not as smart as they think they are, dog. Because... once you understand how these motherfuckers eat, you'd stop being so triggered by shit. Because you want to really protect your energy. You see what I mean? You hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear me now? Holla if you hear me now. Go to work. Shit all cool. Shit cool with your lady. Everything's going right. Gravy. You got some money in your pocket. And then, bam, fucking shitstorm. Archon food. You need that. They gotta eat, nigga. They gotta eat. They're your God, right? You pray to them, right? You've created soul contracts to become food for these things with your fucking religions, right? So feed them. But don't blame your ancestors. Don't blame the great ones. Don't blame anything or anybody but yourself. And understand this, you are Archon food, my nigga. Well, go on. Welcome to the chop. You think the elites don't know Kamala Harris is retarded? You think they didn't know Joe Biden was stumbling Joe? Nah. But they gotta produce a strong emotional response. Archon food. Why you think a black person dies every time it's time for a presidential election? Archon food. They have to create a strong emotional response, nigga. What do you think happened with COVID? Mass hysteria, mass panic. Archon food. They have to appease the gods. They have to appease their gods. Y'all ever seen The Cabin in the Woods? What happened at the end? When the gods, them Archons, didn't get their fucking sacrifice. What happened at the end? It's complete fucking chaos, right? And the movie ended. If I'm not mistaken, a giant Archon came. And all you saw was a hand. Smush. Think about it, dog. Ever since April 8th, during that solar eclipse, when they released a lot of energy and tried to counteract something natural, it's been complete fucking anarchy. Think about the murder rate, the death rate, the suicide rate, all the fucking crimes, all the fucking depression, all the aggression. Customer services went down to the shitter. Think about this for a second. And I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you the fucking reality we're living in. I walk around and live in this motherfucker too. I just happen to observe and keep it real with you, man. Even the damn animals ain't acting right. But the majority of the planet right now that thinks they're woke are arguing over who's going to be president. The majority of the planet who thinks they're woke are arguing over who's indigenous, who's a Moor, who's fucking Indian, who's Hebrew, who's Kemetic, who's a man and who's a woman. They set all these things up in play because they want you to be a goddamn food source and keep you distracted. And think about something I just mentioned earlier called predictive programming. It only works if they make you believe it. So what better way to make the masses believe an agenda and make them do the work for you than put it in a movie, put it in a TV show, put it on a game, put it in a song, and let them repeatedly hear it. Remember, what programs the mind? Symbolism, repetition, and trauma. So what's in a game? What's in a TV show? What's in a movie? Symbolism. You ever heard of backmasking in music? Symbolism. Subliminal messages, subtext, symbolism. And they use these things to program your mind. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind. Your eyes are projectors, and they sense the particles and waves and turn those things into information that the brain picks up. This is why whenever you watch a movie and it's exciting, or you watch a scary movie, you watch a cool show and it makes you laugh, or you feel a strong emotional response because your brain thinks it's really happening, even if it's not. That's why I tell you in meditation, utilize the 5 senses. Hold an image in your mind because you're telling your mind you're really there and it's really happening, and it's going to align you with those events. This is how you really do the law of action and how you really apply the law of attraction. You have to hold the image in your mind with a strong emotional response. A good, positive, strong emotional response. Polarity. You have to take the good and leave the bad. And it's not easy. It requires a lot of training. This is why shadow work is so fucking important. Because if you're not healed and you're not coming from the heart, you're not coming from the heart space, you're gonna be triggered by shit, and you're gonna operate in a low vibration when you're not coming from the heart space. Whenever you see people show up in your life that are acting how you act, but because you haven't confronted your shadow side, you just think they're a fucking NPC or a bot. So now you're self-projecting how you truly feel about yourself to this person based off of the behavior that you're experiencing, that the universe let you experience because it's how you act. But you're not consciously aware. You're only aware of it on a subconscious level. So whenever you see these things and they anger you and they trigger you, know you're fucking Archon food. And the earth gods, the God that people go to church and worship, are eating off of your energy. They're feeding off of your essence, creating situations in your life to make you fucking suffer because you're the offering. You're the sacrificial lamb. And they've set it up that way since the first days, since the first African slave left the shores of Africa by his own people to be traded in to some fucking Europeans who were already here in cahoots with the goddamn $5 Indians, which is why a $5 Indian can have a whole motherfucking reservation and get a check every goddamn month and set up shop and build a motherfucking casino, but a nigga can barely get a job in America. Pay attention. It's world civics. World law and world history go together. You ever heard of the Middle Passage? It's a fancy term for slavery. How a lot of rich Italians became rich Italians. How a lot of rich Jews became rich Jews by the slavery of indentured servants and indigenous people who were in cahoots with the people who knew the land. So don't keep blaming Paleface. We had a hand in that shit too. Which is why I tell everybody, all skinfolk and kinfolk, you got a lot of motherfuckers out here who look like you playing in your face. Using the love you have for your people against you. Making you Archon food. Acting like black power. Meanwhile, black is a legal term that means dead. Non-existent. We're not black. Black is a legal status. You're not white. White is a legal status. You're not Hispanic. To be considered a person or a language or a nation, you have to have a culture and a landmass, and that landmass has to produce a language to be identified as a nation. So with that being said, where is the Hispanic land? what is the Hispanic language and what is the Hispanic culture, because it is a mixture of every single Latino tribe, language, dialect you can think of, splashed in with a little bit of European or Afrocentric. What is an American Negro? What is a Native American if we're native to the lands of America? If we're all native to the land of America, you tell me what the fuck a Native American is. And why they're just Native Americans. Nobody else. Could that make sense to you? They be playing in your face. They be playing in your face. And then motherfuckers want to act like they're so fucking smart and they're so woke and they're so spiritual. Meanwhile, you can't tell up from down. And what happened to in and out? What happened to in and out? What happened to going within? We want to search outside of ourselves for another master teacher or another deep preacher or another fucking prophet to come and save us. When I give you tools so you can decipher symbolism yourself, so you can learn how to use magic yourself, so you could understand the tools that are being used against you yourself, so you could create your own science and make your own spells and come up with your own system, because it's a personal experience. I'm here to give you tools to make you a fucking master, so you don't have to keep depending on another master. Okay? I might not be a goddamn millionaire, but let me tell you, I'm doing pretty well for myself to provide for a family of 4 in 2024. I'm doing pretty fucking good for myself. Because if me and wifey fuck up, it's on us, player. We ain't got no one we can fall on the ass and call for help. It's on us. We fucked up. We dropped the ball. And we got 2 little girls depending on us. So we can't. Failure is not an option. And that's the type of mindset you have to have for the times we're living in. Failure is not an option. You're not going to fail. Get that shit out of your head. You're not going to die. Get that shit out of your head. They're not going to win. They already lost. If they have so much power, why are they building underground bunkers to hide? If they have so much power and influence, why do they keep shutting down and blocking people's pages? They don't run anything. They just run around this motherfucker. We run this shit. And to show you the power of how influential we are, all we have to do is stop tuning in. Stop going to work. Stop shopping at these outlet centers. Stop shopping with Big Pharma. Go to your local food market. Go outside. Talk to your neighbor. Build a foundation within your local community. Stop watching this fucking shit and pay attention to how fast this shit crumbles. Pay attention to how fast this shit'll crumble. If all we have to do really is stop participating. We hold all the power. They don't have any fucking power. They're already lost. Notice I ain't say nothing different than I said last night. And I'm still live. But on Kishore Teaches, my account is down. And all I'm doing is telling you the truth. So if my account's getting striked and I'm only telling you the truth, what are these people telling you the rest of the time? That's all I'm saying. They're fucking agents, bro. I'm just telling you what I know. They're fucking agents, bro. Pay attention to the people who don't be going, who make posts and you can't comment. Pay attention to the motherfuckers who make posts and you can't comment. Pay attention to the motherfuckers who will talk some real shit and then their account gets banned, video gets blocked, taken off of the fucking internet. And then someone watching will make a video saying the exact same thing, word for word, but since they're backed by a company or a corporation, their video's untouched because they tweaked it and flipped the fucking agenda. They do it all the time. If the first principle of Hermeticism, the first principle and the 7 Hermetic laws of the Emerald Tablets, is mentalism, stating that the mind is all and the universe is mental. That means whatever you put in your mind and you believe it to be true and you have a supreme knowing, the universe will mold and bend to that law. So what do you believe? Do you believe they have power over you? Are you in control of your mind, or is your mind in control of you? Do you have control over your emotions? Or does your emotions have control over you? Do you have enough discipline to sit and meditate for an hour and not eat junk food? Just juice. Just drink juice. And do extensive push-ups and sit-ups and sun gaze for weeks at a time. Do you have the discipline to do that? Or is that too much fucking hard work? Because, like the majority of the planet, that's too much fucking hard work. And people don't become great because they're afraid of hard work. People become great by doing the things that nobody wants to do at a consistent rate. It's not because they were the best. It's not because they had the most money. It's because they were consistent and they had discipline. Think about it. How many prophets were there? You think they were prophets because they were doing everything everybody else was doing? Or do you think they chose to be gray when the world was either black or white? History isn't made by people who blindly comply and follow and do the same shit, regurgitate the same information over and over and over again. History is made by people who dare to be fucking different and actually do something. Malcolm X actually did something. Fred Hampton actually did something. The Black Panthers actually did something. The movie Black Panther is just a fucking movie. The Black Panthers actually did something. Because of the Black Panthers, we have EBT and food stamps. To this day, that's because of the Black Panthers. Particularly the Latino chapter in Harlem. Because people decided enough was enough and took to their community and started talking amongst one another and setting up shit and realized, hey, when I start talking about this, I go to jail. But when that motherfucker over there talking about that shit, he got all them white people, man. Fuck that nigga, I don't trust him. Agents. These motherfuckers have been... You think Martin Luther King wasn't an agent? You think Martin Luther King wasn't a fucking Freemason? Really? Tupac's name isn't Tupac Amaru Shakur. His name is Lassane. These niggas are agents. If that was the last photograph of him and Suge Knight and they were driving at a red light, how come there were no fucking keys in the car? Go Google the picture, the last known photo of Tupac and Suge Knight, and tell me if there's keys in the motherfucking exit. If you see some keys in there. Now, how you driving with no keys in the car? How you have 3 different stories from eyewitnesses about how you died? How 3 people who witnessed you die witnessed 3 different fucking stories? Niggas is agents. The majority of the stories are fabricated. Real shit. The majority of these niggas' stories is fabricated, yo. Dead ass. You seen Snowfall? That's the real Rick Ross. But Rick Ross, the rapper, got the persona, right? It wasn't until people figured out shit and found out that Rick Ross was actually a correction officer in prison, and in fact, the motherfucker was a fed, but he wanted to portray himself as the biggest gangster or a mob boss to sell you a dream for the hip-hop industry. That's all I'm saying, bro. You have to remember, at the end of the day, it's a corporation. They're a fucking business. They have to make money. Those artists are investments. They're not people. They're investments. You really think a celebrity can just pull out $100 million? Or you think they got handlers and they need permission? How they spend their money? Yeah, I don't even listen to the nigga's music, but even Lil Xan's drugged out ass was exposing. He has all these cars and he can't even drive them. He didn't own them. His record label did. How many times you gotta have a rapper be exposed for having fake money, fake chain? The majority of the cars that you see in music videos are actually a rapper by the name of Currency's cars. They're not these rappers' cars. They're actually Currency's. The majority of these luxury imported cars and these Italian cars that you see in rappers' music videos are not theirs. They're Currency's. That's actually the majority of where Currency got his money from was cars. He was into cars before he was into ever making music. You wanna know how Tech Nine has so much motherfucking money? He actually has businesses. There's people in this industry who realized early on they don't want to be a part of this shit. You want to get diddied, my nigga? You want to get casting couched? You want to get casting couched? You know what I'm saying? Rappers and actors is getting jizzed on. Just to be famous, entertainers give up their anus just to get on. But, if that's the preference. You know, that's all I'm saying, y'all. Pay attention. You see the spirit rising. Everyone coming into information. Y'all know what the fuck going on. You're not slow. Y'all ain't fucking slow. You see what's going on. You've been observing nature. You've been paying attention to the signs. Nigga, Donald Trump walked out to 50 Cent. We just gonna act like... Nigga. Eazy-E was in the White House. Eazy-E was the first rapper in the White House. Eazy-E. Eric motherfucking Wright. In the White House. Now ask yourself, what would a nigga with attitude be doing in the White House? Why did Barack Obama bring out Lil Wayne? Why did fucking Donald Trump walk out to 50 Cent, Many Men, after that fake ass assassination attempt? Cause his ears healed. Now I done been around motherfuckers who been shot. That wasn't even a flesh wound. Cause ain't no motherfucking ain't no way in hell that shit is healed that fast. I done been around motherfuckers who done been shot and shot at. Let me tell you, even a flesh wound gonna take about 2.5 weeks to 10 days, nigga, to heal. Same shit with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. That bitch did not get shot in her feet. You get shot in the foot, your ass ain't getting up. Even with adrenaline, you're not walking. How do you have a concert after you just got shot in both your feet? And she not a little girl. That's a big bitch. That's a B.O.B. That's a big old bitch. So it's like, okay. We're just gonna see this nigga sitting on the roof with a gun. And we're just gonna continue. Like, we don't see this nigga sitting on this motherfucking barrack trailer with a sniper rifle very close to the stage. We're just gonna act like we don't see him. Alright, continue on, President. Continue on. Like, bro, this shit is rigged. This shit is not real, man. It's not fucking real. Like, they've been playing with y'all the whole time. I promise. They've been playing with you. They've been lying to you motherfuckers, man. Like, this shit is funny or something. And it's really fucked up how they do it. Because in order to not get punished by universal law, they have to tell you what the fuck they're gonna do before they activate or initiate their plan. So whenever you see these movies, or for example, my homie Still, a song by Lil Wayne and Big Sean, And there's a particular scene where Lil Wayne is in a movie theater with some skeletons. And it just so happened that as this music video dropped a couple months later, the same amount of skeletons in his music video were the same amount of people that were shot in a movie theater. It was already planned. They have to tell you these things before they do it. Otherwise, they'd be punished. It's the law. Universal law governs all events. So, if you want this shit to stop, we have to stop being participants. We have to stop participating. We have to come together. We have to unify and stay 10 toes down. You see a motherfucker in here on his square? Get that nigga on his square. Make sure he right. Make sure he 100. Don't just judge that man. Don't just cut him off because it's unconducive to how you living. Listen, you could see a motherfucker eat and he ain't got to sit at the same table with you. You can still see that motherfucker eat. You can still watch him get his own table. He ain't got to be sitting at your table. Everybody in life ain't always going to agree with you. You always going to have a motherfucker that going to have some shit to say. If you ain't got haters, you're doing something wrong. That's the natural order of life. There will always be positive and negative. As long as we are on this third dimensional plane, there will always be polarity. There will always be controversy. There will always be a protagonist and an antagonist. There will always be a hero and a villain. So we have to understand that. We have to just understand that. And we got to know that. And be okay with that. Because personally, I smell Christian blood. And I said that shit for a long time. And I stand on it. But just because I smell Christian does not mean I will not work with a Christian if our agendas, our missions coincide with one another. I'm willing to put my bullshit to the side so we can complete the mission. Not finna sit here and be like, nah, he Christian. Fucking Christians. Fucking Jesus. Fuck your Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna run up and punch a nigga because of his beliefs. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you believe. It's not what I believe. But if you coming right and you coming from the heart and you here to help, why would I turn you away? Why would I tell you no? Why would I be like, fuck you, bitch? Get real disrespectful with this shit. That's stupid. That ain't helping nobody right now. Haven't you noticed we all in the shit together? We all in this shit together. We are all fucking struggling. We all fucking going through this shit. We all got motherfuckers dying on us. We all got motherfuckers struggling right now. We all know someone going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? And we feel like we got to do something about it. Right? So the first phase, man, I challenge y'all. Get you some seeds. Start planting shit around your neighborhood. Find a little area somewhere. Get you some herb. Get you some fucking vegetables. Start growing. If you don't want to do that, write down your thoughts every day. Anytime you get an aha moment, business idea, write it down. Start writing down your thoughts. Start documenting your thoughts. Because pretty soon, this internet shit gonna be gone. You hear someone talking some shit and it's real and it's fire, write that shit down. Don't just think you're gonna hold it in your mind and you're gonna remember, because you might fucking forget. And then what? Now you don't know how to make that because you forgot. You thought you was cocky, you thought you was hot shit. Now you don't forgot, you don't know how to make medicine. And you can't go find the video no more because the internet's gone. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's never promised, man. We can get invaded by Russia and China right now. Are you ready to war? Are y'all ready for war? Can you stomach catching a body? Can you stomach catching a body? Can you stomach ignoring motherfuckers scream and asking for help because you gotta worry about you and yours? Are y'all ready for that right now? Can you fucking handle that? Can you handle running longer than 5 minutes? Are y'all ready for that? Can you hold your own body weight up for longer than 30 minutes? Can you go 7 days without food? Can you go without so your babies can eat? Are y'all ready? Because that's where the fuck it's headed. We're going right back to the bartering system. The system we know as America is done. Stick a fork in that bitch. Lady Liberty is falling, baby. It's over. It's over. But with that being said, we're in a place where we can have 50 years of peace. We can have that. We could actually coexist in harmony. But we gotta put our bullshit to the side and have unity consciousness. You're a hunter, hunt. You're a shaman, heal. You're a botanist, garden, make medicine. But everyone has something to offer to the table. And we gotta use each other's gifts. Just how we're using our gifts. We gotta work together. Because if we don't, we're fucked. I'm telling you now. Because a lot of people they don't know how to survive. I know how to survive. All bullshit aside, I'm okay. Me, my wife, our daughters, we're gonna be okay. We know how to survive. But I need y'all to survive. With that being said, I'm gonna kick it with my lady. I'll see y'all niggas next time. Peace.